Hi guys. Studying for my sermon today. As I'm studying Genesis, um, I notice Abraham is 75 years old when God makes a promise that He will bless him and that He will make a nation out of him. 75 years old. And later, about 30 years later, finally, the promise comes to be. Isaac is born. You know, Abraham is 100 years old. And it got me thinking with the idea of Genesis 22. God says to Abraham, He says, "Give me your son, your only son that you love." And it makes me think about something. Abraham waited 30 years to receive something that God promised him. And not too long after, God says, "Give it back to me. Sacrifice that which I have given you." Now think about that. God has given him something that he wanted. He gave him a son. And he even tells him, "Give me your only son. Give me the son that you love. Give me the miracle that I gave you. Give it back to me. I want you to sacrifice it. I want you to put a knife through your son and give me back the miracle that I gave you." And nowhere in Scripture do we read that Abraham even flinches. We don't read anywhere that he hesitates or that he argues with God, or there's any dialogue that happens. Abraham simply obeys, and he begins the process of giving God back what he gave him. Giving God back that blessing, that miracle that he had promised him. He gives it. He begins to give it back to him. And just as he's about to give it back to him, we know the story, right? God says, "Stop it. It's okay. I just wanted to see where your heart was. I wanted to see where your faith was." I wonder how many blessings we have received. How many gifts we have. How many miracles God has given us. And sometimes he just asks for us to give them back in a test of faith. Don't work there anymore. Don't do that anymore. Give me that car. Use that car for my benefit. Use your job for my benefit. Use your gift, your talent for my benefit. Whatever I've given you that you didn't have, give it back to me. How many times have we said no? But more importantly, and how beautiful is it when we give it back to him? That everything we have, everything we are, everything about us, our life itself, which is a miracle in itself, we give ourselves back to him. So I encourage you today that you who are beautiful, who are a miracle in yourselves, who are given blessings over blessings, that you always surrender yourself to God and you give yourself back to him. May the Lord bless you today. Have a good one.